Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 92, day 6. So today of course we got ourselves some red Guild War day. We also got all the weekly spoilers and we still got a few hours left of that vault event. It's not over yet. Theoretically we could grind the rest of the night. That's not happening though. But a little bit of that time we definitely will be. But there's still 7 hours left that you could be farming for the precious gnomes. Should hopefully be able to get at least another set, if not another 2, in there. I believe we're currently at 9, if I'm not mistaken. We are at exactly 9. Hopefully we get back to 10, though I have no clue if we're going to find that many verse 2. It will be completely down to luck for the most part. But anyways, let's start with the spoilers. Since we do have a few things going on, most noteworthy probably being the Mythic coming out this Friday. Also, why on earth did it do that? There we go. As there is a Mythic this Friday. Go check the forums. Get to the official post first. The Mythic Friday finally brings in Uber Doom Skulls too, which could be quite fun. But as far as the Glory Troop, it is a event for Grushnok. As far as what we'll be able to get. Most noteworthy thing about that, if I'm not mistaken, is Earth's Fury. Earth's Fury is basically Mang, but it gives attack distributed across your entire team instead of just to, you know, your hero. It's pretty good for buffing some troops within the game to have good boost ratio based on their attack, when you might not necessarily want to go for your hero. So, yeah, you'll be able to get that at Soulforge. Besides from that, as far as the Glory Troop is an epic, you'll be able to stock up on brown yellows. Converts all blue gems to skulls, then creates 1 to 3 brown mana potions, and if there is when the enemy's stunned, there's a 50% chance they'll end up getting an extra turn. So a little bit different in quite a few of the other converters we've been getting. It is almost more similar to the Mythic than anything else that we've been getting so far, mostly because it actually has 2 things, the slight gem creation, while also having the converting all blues to skulls. So if it has blue to skull alignment, I assume that will happen before the brown potion, and if that is the case, it might actually be able to lock in a extra turn then, and not have the potions override it, though that could still be an issue overall, but there's still a 50% chance that it would end up getting if you just have a stun on the opposing team. I could see this one being a little bit more viable than some of the other ones. Still feel like it's not going to be used compared to the Mythic or just Flask, of course. But I don't know, we'll have to see. If nothing else, Flask does not actually create brown. It is the only color that Flask does not create. So, kind of interesting to see this one, as we now have 2 brown potion troops. One is that one that when it gets hit by a skull ends up creating a brown potion. And then there's this one. So, overall, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But, I don't know, I don't feel like that'll be enough to make it viable. It's definitely one of the slightly more viable ones, though. Even has some skull reduction to go with it. Obviously, like all of them, pretty much it has the effect on skull. So even if you didn't have it anywhere else on your team, as this was in your first slot, you'd still have a way of doing it. I don't really feel like you would put it in a first slot, maybe like second or third, but it can technically be done that way if you wanted to. Overall, seems just slightly above average as far as the troop, but as far as potion troops, does seem like it's going to be at least a little bit more viable. Also, what on earth is this mess? Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. We gotta figure out the maths. Let's see. Each axe is worth 5 points. Each sword is worth 3. The battle against Rockgar and Guardian will drop variable number. So Rockgar and Guardian are 2 that are just randomly in the middle of nowhere. I'm confused. Is this correct, though? Because, what are the 2 that actually get scaled? Because putting them in order might not actually be correct, then. Rocknar the Guardian and, oh, no, it's just Rocknar the Guardian. Oh, my bad. I read that wrong. I read that completely wrong. But, yeah, it's just that one that has the extra, then. Okay. Weird. That is extremely weird. So yeah, wouldn't that make you increase though? What on earth is that order? What? So these two are mythics. Legendary. Legendary, but variable that makes it higher. Then another legendary. And I forget what that is. Hopefully that'll be an epic. That's just so weird. So assumably it would be always just take the mythic when you see it. If you see Ragnar the Guardian, take it every time. Then Garnock, then Krog the Dread, then the last rarity order. That is super strange. Wow. Well, they wanted to bring back a confusing one, that's for sure. That might be one of them where we just have to list it out because explaining it is going to be way too confusing. That is going to be way too confusing. Also, before we get into the other spoilers, I do say hello to everyone. Hope everyone's been doing well. Hello, Mister. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Bill. Hello, Gimli. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Cookie. Hello, hello, Isabel. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Bill Warhammer. And hello, Renos. Welcome. And hello, Jamie. Okay, let's go and go to the other things. So, as far as other things that we got going on this week, of course, we're ending out the Vault event. Oh, no. For Tuesday class event, we're going to be having the Grushnok Classic Horse of Barbarian. Overall, Barbarian's not really used too much. Also, hello, Hung. It's a pretty underwhelming hero class in most situations. There's this better Enrage hero classes, or, you know, better triple damage burning hero class, I mean. And it doesn't tend to get used compared to the many other options for the most part. As far as the pet rescue that we have going on, it'll end up just being the Ogrekin, which I'm pretty sure is just Ogre bonus. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is indeed. Or Orc, I should say. You know what I mean. Or Ogre, Orc, same difference. But just Orc bonus. And then on Friday, we have two things going on. Raids, which isn't as interesting. However, we do have a new Mythic coming out, as well as technically new weapons for raids. We'll go over the weapon first. I'm actually not sure what the weapon is. I know what the Mythic is, though. So, the weapon that we're getting this Friday is purple-brown. It deals magic plus 7 damage to an enemy, boosted by Stormheim. Interesting, it's a Stormheim weapon. What does it create? Blue and yellow. Does that help Stormheim enough to be viable? I don't feel like it does. You can use it with Titan hero class, though. If it was like red-yellow, and one of them fed back into itself with like red, then it would be absolutely insane. But I'm not sure if that's viable enough. There's not really that many teams that both simultaneously need to use blue and yellow, especially since most builds are built around Ural Fire Mantle, which is red and yellow, with red feeding back to itself. The problem is the blue. Blue, while Stormheim is quite literally a blue kingdom, there's not too many good blue synergies for the most part compared to the yellow synergies and the red synergies, especially when it comes to the giants within the kingdom. So I personally feel like that's not going to end up being that good then. But as far as troops, there is something that is going to be good. So of course, this Friday, we are getting the, oh, we're actually getting the tarot card as well tomorrow. Wait, we are? Hold up. Wait. Were that many points? Oh, I guess we are. We're that close to the end of the campaign. Yeah, week 8. Yeah, we're getting the tarot card tomorrow. I'm pretty sure this thing was useless, wasn't it? Give magic to a random ally. There's a 7% chance for an extra turn for each yellow gem on the board. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oddly enough, it's the same mana costs and everything as the sun. They finally have a repeat color of one of them. Yeah, it's really similar to the sun, except completely magic based as far as what ends up increasing. Similar to all the tarot cards, I don't personally feel like it's going to be used much. They're a kind of weird troop that's mostly just for crafting the thing. However, we're of course getting a Mythic this Friday, which is kind of weird because I'm actually not sure what this interaction is. I'm not sure if the devs are going to let us know, or if people are already asking on the forum, or will be next week. But I don't think this has ever actually happened, where we get a Mythic on Friday, and then the next week is the event week for the Mythic that literally just came out. The question is, I have no clue if it'll be in the event key drop table or not, because it's still technically going on, the event. If it was the week immediately after, we know that the answer would be yes, it would be. However, I'm not sure what happens when it's the exact week of the event, if it'll actually be an event key drop table or not. So, yeah, that's concerning. If anyone does have 100% confirmation on it, do let me know. Though, then again, we'll probably know. Then again, I don't know. It'll be kind of hard to know on a Monday. Because, people would still be getting it from the other thing, too. It's going to be really hard to tell. Unless someone specifically goes on Monday and just spams a bunch of event keys and then gets one, then we kind of know. But then if they don't, then we don't know. Because you would need a lot of keys to completely deconfirm it. But, just ask Salty tomorrow. She's not streaming tomorrow. She doesn't stream anymore. She did her last stream ever last week. That's what the whole deal with last Wednesday is. She's never streaming ever again, or at least not officially for Infinity Plus 2. Though she said she's probably not starting her own stream anytime soon, if she even does. Anyways, so I'm just rambling. Mythic. So the Mythic coming out this Friday. That's a thing. It's pretty good. As far as what it does, we've gone over it a couple times, but just to go over it again. Highly advise getting this thing. Comes out next Friday. Not sure about its whereabouts on event keys, but definitely will be available in Glory Gym Guild and VIP chess. But anyways, the Arc Proxy Yavandra. Gosh, I need to get better at saying that because we're going to be saying it a lot with how meta it's going to be. The A. But anyways, as far as the AY, breathing as A. But anyways, Mythic Zol Carry. Divine Elf, as far as what it does, it's a 26 mana cost, yellow, brown, purple. Very similar to that of Lord of Slaughter, except it creates 3 yellow gems and converts all yellows into Uber Doom Skulls instead of normal Doom Skulls. This is the first thing in the entire game with the capability of creating Uber Doom Skulls, as well as the first thing in the game that has Uber Doom Storm, which is one of those new storms that came in a patch or 2 ago that nothing ended up getting until, well, this Friday, finally getting it. But yeah, this thing obviously has potential as far as what an Uber Doom Skull does for any of you who haven't seen them in ages because, well, they haven't been around for much. As far as what they do is they're basically a normal Doom Skull, except they do 10 damage. However, the explosion radius is a 5x5 without the corners. So basically an extra 3 on each side, meaning that it's exploding 12 additional gems compared to that of a normal Doom Skull, also doing 5 additional damage. So how's that going for it? Some really high spell reduction, so you're generally going to be using this more so in second or third rather than first or second. Likely a little bit further down in your team, probably not last slot though. But one of the other positions that isn't first nor last. And as far as what it has for its unique thing, it conjures a Uber Doom Storm, the first of its kind, when an enemy dies. We don't know exactly the rate of Uber Doom Storm, or if it will be even less than normal Doom Storm. We know when Doom Storm first came out, it was broken beyond belief, and I'm pretty sure they have over-nerfed Uber Doom Storm into the ground, so that doesn't happen again. So the main question will be if it's actually as frequent as Doom Storm, or if it's even less frequent than Uber Doom. If Uber Doom Storm will be less frequent than normal Doom Storm as far as skulls coming to the board. If that is the case, then this probably isn't going to be that viable of a final trait. However, if it's about the same as Doom Storm, it could end up being viable. And if there's some kind of glitch that makes it like a normal storm, then it's going to be broken beyond belief until they fix it. But time will tell on that. But anyways, I do advise getting that Mythic. It's pretty good. It's basically an alternative Lord of Slaughter that's used further back in your team that does Uber Doom Skulls instead of normal Doom Skulls. It's also 1 lower mana cost, oddly enough, though it doesn't create as many skulls. Though the skulls that it does create do more damage. We already have this pet max, right? Yeah. Alright, let's just clear out dailies real quick, and then we'll go mess with the farm. Because we still got a lot of stuff to grind out. Since still Vault Event. Still got some time. It's Vault Event plus extra EXP too, because the guild did end up getting the EXP. Oh yeah, before I do that too. We still have Guild Wars. I keep forgetting because the Guild Wars synergy with it. Let me go do Guild Wars first. Since we were kind of just explaining all that initially. But anyways, it is Red Guild War after all. Let's go do that first before I completely forget about that. We are winning right now, aren't we? Where on earth is the thing? Yeah, we're winning. And we're winning with less battles done. Not by much, though. We've done 1 less battle than them, but we're still ahead. What's curious, though, is they're actually second place. So once we get all of our battles in, we should shoot up like crazy. Problem is, we don't have them yet. We're currently 4th place, or 4th to last, I mean. However, that's going to go up a lot, because if I just do my battles, we're already going to be in the middle of the bracket. And then if someone else does their battles on top of that, we're going to be in 4th. And if someone else does the battle, we'll be in 3rd. And if someone else does the battle, we'll be in 2nd. And we have enough people to actually do that, because we have 5 people. And if all 5 people did those battles, we're like right there. Somewhere's in that general proximity. We need those battles in, though. Well, let's go do ours. Anyways, of course, we got Red Guild War. Let's switch over to our Red Guild War team. And this one is that one I was talking about earlier, the double empower. We go all in into the Zoo Guff. One nice thing about it is mean to freeze, so they can end up doing the freeze route. So I'm probably going to go seasoned in this particular instance, so we do have to be careful about... actually, no, we don't. I forgot. We're using Hierophants. We end up fixing that issue. So the reason we use Hierophant hero class is he's the only hero class that has Cleanse on Skull. Cleanse on Skull. Cleanse on extra turn, I mean. This is very, very useful to make sure if you get entangled that you'll become unentangled. And that's the main premise that we're doing. Also, did we claim the orb earlier? I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we got like Isis green or orange. I remember now. It's slightly hard to remember because they're so bad. Oh, how did our defense teams do, by the way? Let's see. We have a 3-3. We have a 2-5. No, our 100% win rate team. It lost once. We got a 1-1, a 0-5, a 3-3, and a 0-2. So apparently the best 3 days have been the Yagwe Queen Titania, which is kind of expected. The Mistrella Stun team. And obviously Life and Death. Because why wouldn't it? Life and Death. Still exceedingly meta. Even though it's a little bit less meta than it used to be. But still broken beyond belief. It's very hilarious. But anyways, let's go do this. Red Guild War time. Red's the worst. Red has notoriously been the worst color across pretty much the entire history of Guild Wars. Especially initially. I do feel like in the current state of the game, it's not as bad as it used to be, though it still probably ranks as the most annoying Guild War color to do. But it has pretty much notoriously over time been the hardest one. While its actual difficulty has varied. Like right now, it's not as hard as it used to be, but it's still towards the harder side. I would still probably consider it the hardest color day in the game currently. Zugoff can somewhat bypass it though, because Zugoff's an absolute beast. Oh no, we got stunned. So one problem with stun is we do not have our cleanse anymore, so we cannot actually cleanse out of stun once we get stunned. So if they have an Obsidious, we gotta be careful, because then if we get Obsidious entangled, we will be entangled with none of our traits, which could be an issue. Because even though we have cleanse, we don't have a way to cleanse if we get stunned. So getting stunned is a big issue with this team, which we do have to look out for. Okay, let's see. Most of the teams we seem to be pairing right now are double empowers, because of course they would. What's really annoying, too, is that people actually try countering out the team we're using right now rather than countering out something else, just because this team is very commonly used on this day. Which is somewhat annoying. Particularly this guy. Blue to red. It's specifically just to counter the team we're using right now for the most part. It's set up very, very specifically to counter this team. How are you not dead? Oh, you have immune to burning, don't you? Oh. Problem. You also have immune to burning. Oh, I was just gonna say, but you don't have immune to insta kill. Yes, you do. He's one of the only troops in the game that does. I have enough to kill him right now, though. Right? Yeah. Is there any way I could do it in a special way, though? Not really. There we go. Hey, it's door turn. Not like we needed it, though. Aha. Also, we never hit max PvP this week? I'm really surprised. Normally you do for Guild Wars pretty easily automatically. Also, what on earth is this lag? Hello? What? That was weird. That was a weird lag. What even just happened? Let's try this again. Okay, let's see. Interesting, a Zugoff team. Zugoff versus Zugoff. Though, Zugoff does have a pretty good advantage against Zugoff because you can just Zugoff to Zugoff with Zugoff. And if you Zugoff to Zugoff with Zugoff, you win. He does have Entangle, but we have Cleanse and he doesn't have Stun, so we should be fine. Let's go into it again. But yeah, just Zugoff to Zugoff with Zugoff and you don't have to worry about Zugoff. That's how it works. Very straightforward. Let's see. Throw that down. Take the thing. Throw it to the other thing. As badly as I want to take the skull right now, we need the burning first. Oh, we don't have alignment on that though. Ooh. We also don't have alignment on it though. I guess we Zoogoff here on the most annoying one. And then we hope we have alignment. Which we do not. Though it's tempting to still go for it. I might just go for Skull here and hope something happens the following turn. Something did not happen the following turn. I want to cast this, but it does literally nothing. How about now? Okay, there we go. That's what we need. Let's get that rolling then. Surprisingly not enough to kill. Also surprisingly not enough to get full mana. Let's match. Zoogoff! Get your kill. Finish out the points. Yeah, 2 battles to go. Overall going pretty smooth. Another Zoogoff team. Luckily, as long as we Zoogoff their Zoogoff before the Zoogoffs are Zoogoff, we should be fine. We do not have alignment, but it's a lot of mana if we cast it. Tempting. My concern is I accidentally give him alignment if I don't go for it. And again, he can still get off a red to blue, so you know what? I'm going to let him hopefully cast here. Fortunately, he did not go for it. Yellow to blue and green to blue both do nothing. Yellow to blue is tempting, though. But I'd rather just deny one of his options and see what he does. Oh yeah, did we win? We won, thank you. He gave us the win. Easy as that. We convert this and we need one. It's over. All I have to do now is Zoogoff his Zoogoff and we won. I do have a convert right now, which I kind of want to take. But it's probably better to keep our mana. Yeah, this guy's Zoogoff. Is it still our turn? Yes. Do we have alignment? No, somehow. How about now? Still no. Is it worth it, though? Probably not. Let's just take a Skull in to kill that. Oh, nice Cascade off the sky. Still nothing we can do, though. He already has full mana, so it doesn't matter if I actually give him a billion mana. I'm just going to go for it and hope something happens. Well, we got a lot of Cascades. None of that was an extra turn, though. And the problem now is he's about to summon, and then he's going to get a Skull, and then we die. Don't die. Stop trying to die. Stop trying to... Stop. Let's see. Somehow we lost hero. Let's see. We don't have a Cascade there, do we? Unfortunate. Actually, we don't really have any good move. Kind of just want to try for Skull for Sky. Did not get it. They gave it to us. There we go. Fortunately, with a hero lost, well, we won. Okay, final one. Unfortunately, I lost a little bit of points there, but Leonis Tower. That's a weird one to be using. Stone Skin and Invulnerable, though. However, we have so much Skull spam as all we have to do is... then again, he's using it with Stealthy, too. That's kind of interesting. Why is everyone building so hard to counter the team I'm using right now? I know it's popular, but still. That is a lot of hard counter. Like a ridiculously high amount of hard counter. Oh no. Created a bunch of red. Which might seem like a good thing because, hey, it's Red Guild War Day, but we actually need blue on the board more than we need red, which is kind of funny. It's just that important that we have it on the board. That even though it's Red Guild War Day, blue is a more important color. We might actually lose this one. Let's see. I need full mana desperately right now. I also need to take the other thing, but I'm still just going to go for that. Luckily, he misses. Gives us all the red we need, and I believe that's the win. I do believe that is a win. What do we go for here? I guess we got rid of Blubber. We'll take that over just to kind of move stuff. We do not have a Cascade over there. Now we do, so we'll take that. Fortunately, that does not kill the tower. We do have full mana on everything, though. I think we go out of our way specifically to kill the tower. Oh, Stone Skin! No! That's supposed to kill you! Okay, we're just gonna do this then. New plan. Just don't die. I think we won. We cast this to get alignment. That then gives us not alignment somehow. It's a lot of damage, though. It might still be worth it. We kind of have to go for it. Luckily, we landed extra turn off of that. Unfortunately, we have no alignment to follow up on, though. We'll take that, we'll take that. We got Zugoff. Is that enough to kill? He doesn't have immune to burning, and that's enough to kill. He's dead. It's over. And it's still our turn. There we go. I think that's a 9004 something. We had that one really shaky battle. Yep, 9004 something. 9465. That would have been a 9500 on track if we didn't lose that one on that one battle. But I'll take it. And now we're in the middle of the bracket, as we mentioned earlier. Now if another person does it, we'll be like right over here. And then another will be right over here. And it will be nicely secured. Still got 4 people left. And they'll have their battles in soon. Okay, let's go finish out dailies. Or start the dailies. I didn't even bother starting them because I almost forgot about Guild Wars. Well, let's go do Diamond Day. Not with that team, obviously. To the Phoenicia! And we'll mess with Vault Event for the rest of the time. Get our grind in there. Which we'll have 2 codes to stream as well. We'll have one as soon as we finish out dailies, and then another one at some point in our farming. Of all the goodness of the last of the little bit of Vault Event. Also, a very rare Vault Event where we simultaneously have 2 things going on, of course. We simultaneously have both the Vault Event itself as well as Guild Wars, which gives 100% extra XP if you got the previous day. Which is kind of interesting. It feels like they very rarely align together. This was one of the weekends where it did. Oh, Lieb posted some question on posted some things on Darkest Dungeon 2. Nice. Oh yeah, there's actually a game I'll be streaming this week. I just need to figure out how to link it from my phone to the emulator, because currently it's not, and they don't have a really intuitive way of doing it. And hopefully you can. Otherwise, we're just gonna be starting from the beginning of the game and just kind of show the initial. No, we might just do it that way, anyways. But oh gosh, Pirate Outlaws, I believe it's called. This would have been a great game to play the other week or two when it was talked like a pirate week. But it's kind of like Slay the Spire / how Darkest Dungeon 2 is going to be laid out. Because Darkest Dungeon 2 is actually going down the this route a little bit more. I'm not sure how many other games also went down this route. But I know they're adding Blind and a few other similar mechanics to Darkest Dungeon 2 to kind of even it out. And this other game ended up doing that same mechanic. I'm pretty sure there's been other games that have done it prior. But it's kind of like Slay the Spire with a few different mechanics. It's also only $1, the game. It's pretty cheap. There's a lot of small microtransactions that can make it add up to about 20. Like, to get all the unique things, I think it was like $10. I did get all the unique things, so we'll probably be playing the $1 version. Just because I'm not sure if I'll figure out how to link the thing to the other thing. Because I didn't actually end up getting the Steam version. Steam version costs 20 bucks. Though I think it doesn't have a lot of the microtransaction stuff, so you kind of get like the full thing. But even with the microtransactions, it's still literally cheaper to play the mobile version, which is kind of funny. Plus, I don't feel like I'll be playing it like a huge amount. Which is why I didn't bother getting the Steam game version of it. When does this campaign end? 3 weeks from now. Isn't it week 7 right now? And then we have 8, and then we have 9, then 10. So we got 3 weeks left for this campaign. Because we get the tarot card next week, which means it's week 8. Because normally you get the tarot card on week 9, but we have it the week early thingy. Got it a week early. Not like it's going to matter, because I'm pretty sure there's nothing we could immediately even use it with, so getting a week early does almost nothing. I'll take the green for now and get Phoenicia down. Should be good to go. And it's dead. And we'll go get our little handful of gems. I need copies of the current pet rescue. Ooh, which one is it? I didn't even see the activation for it. Which one was it? The one I saw earlier we already had copies of. What one is active right now? Oh, yeah, I do need copies of this. Oh, yeah, let me go do that next. We'll throw it in with the dailies. Since it's the same team, same banner anyways. Though theoretically what we need for the Nomapalooza does not actually need a different medal setup. Oh, I don't want those. We already have a billion gold keys. I think we'll be fine without a few more. Alright, let's go get this pet. Hopefully we get 3 copies so we get it to legendary. Though not too big a deal if it doesn't. Yeah, this is the Sword's Edge pet, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Like, it's definitely not the Beast pet. There's no way it's Beast pet. It has to be Sword's Edge. Oh, it's a little bit weird that this one's a Sword's Edge pet. Though this is the pet that you initially get as a troop during the tutorial. I don't think you still do in the current state of the game, though. So I guess it kind of makes sense to be the Sword's Edge pet, since back in the day it used to be the first Sword's Edge troop you ever got, as well as one of the first few troops you ever got in the entire game. I also got buffed last December for seemingly no reason. Or not seemingly no reason, it needed the buff, but it's just weird that it got a buff and not the billion other things that also need a buff. The thing that makes it strange is not that it got a buff, but more so that it specifically got a buff while other things didn't. It's just weird that it, of all things, was the one that got the buff, when there's so many billions of things that are low rarity that need one. But he got like a 2 explosion buff or something. He didn't used to explode at all, and then he does some small explosions. Makes him a lot better in arena, if nothing else. Though he's still too bad outside of arena to ever bother using. Yeah, the easy pets during Nomapalooza is really nice. It's easier than ever to be able to perpetually get one every single hour during a Palooza. Or just a Vault event in general. Yeah, it's generally not worth using your Nomapalooza time to get the gnomes, but to farm them just normally with the normal buff. Because even just with the normal buff, you can still find one like every half an hour, if not more frequent than that. Just off the normal gnome drop rate. I wouldn't advise using a Palooza for it. It's a little bit of a waste of the Palooza. Yeah, as soon as we clear this out, we'll go hand out a code. Then we'll hand out another one a little bit later this stream. And then I need to go get the previous batch, because I still haven't used any from them yet. I think we still have 40 more codes in that batch, and I haven't even touched the new batch yet. Hey, we actually did get 3 of them. So what am I saying A? That's the new Mythic that's coming out next Friday. AY. Also, why are we lagging? We didn't even do anything that should be lagging. There we go. Okay, so, troops, pets, upgrade. Look at that. How convenient is that? It's probably the last pet upgrade we're getting this weekend. There we go. Got some decent progress on them. He still needs like 15 copies, but, at least he got his upgrade. Just a little bit closer. Anyways, we did that, we did that, we did that. Let's clear that out. Oh yeah, don't we need a little bit more for the PvP for the glory keys? I might actually just do that real quick. We're already so close. Before I do, let me go hand out a code. So, code time. And then we'll have another one a little bit later this stream. This will be a double code stream like last night. Using the last of the 2 codes from the batch from like 3 months ago. I'm surprised this batch has lasted this long. It was mostly because of the vacation. And technically the double vacation that made us have so many spares. Because she was still handing it out as if we weren't on either of the 2 vacations. So I ended up having a little bit of a surplus of codes. But there you guys go. There's a redeem code used on gemsofwar.com, which is the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters. And gives the same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. At this point, I'm literally just stalling so firebombs kill themselves out. There we go. Trying to get our 1.9k PvP rating. Which all we need is 2 more battles. Hopefully we find 2 more firebombs. Make it really easy on us. Let's take this one, I guess. This isn't really a proper team to be killing it with, however, I believe its stats are low enough that we can get away with what we're about to do. Because we take this, and then it dies, and then we do this again, and then it really dies. And I always need one more. And then we get a bunch of glory keys. We're already so close, we might as well go all the way. I don't do this most weeks these days. However, we're already so absurdly close that it doesn't make much sense to not do this. You can get it done off of just Guild War some weeks, however, you have to not get as many losses, and we had too many losses this week. To the point that we didn't get it, unfortunately. So I'm surprised she hasn't gotten full mana yet. Below this Cascades, and there we go, we won. Easy as that. And now I just need, never mind, that is the final battle. Boom, there we go. Okay, now we can go back to actual farming. But before we do, let's go grab our keys. And there we go. And of course, same code as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Make sure to save that gem key for this Friday. And the reward that we did that for was kind of worth it for how little bit of time that took. 18 glory keys, some souls, some glory, and some these things. Ingots. The resources that don't really exist. Okay, anyways, next order of business. We did that. You know what? It's gonna bother me if we don't finish these. We already did all the things. We might as well do this. And then we'll go do gnome farming. But theoretically, this is gnome farming. See, we found a verse gnome. Gnomes can appear off your daily adventure board. It's one of the few dailies where they actually do appear. They don't appear in Guild Wars. They don't appear in the World event or anything like that. They don't appear in dungeons. They don't appear in delves. However, they do appear in daily adventure board, as you can tell by the verse gnome right there. Also, we could be using Dust Devil team for these, but it will. Because difficulty 1 actually does die to Dust Devil. These things. I was trying to think of something creative to say that wasn't ingots, and then a word didn't get generated, so I just said these things. I knew what they were called. I was just trying to think of something creative to display their uselessness, but I couldn't, so I just said these things. Anyways, so we did that. Okay, now we can finally go farm gnomes. So let's go over to Blackrock. Supposedly, people say that you can find Megavore here. I have not seen him, I think, ever. The amount of farming I do here, I personally feel like he never shows up a single time. I cannot remember the last time I have seen a Megavore here. Also, I just grabbed the wrong team. Obviously, it only happens on the Mythic Battle, but still, even when we get Mythic Battle, it never wants to roll Megavore for me. Ever. The reason why that's relevant is Megavore does one shot to this team. Also, we'll hand out a code on the first verse 2 we find. How about that? If we find a verse 2, we hand out the second code. We might be here a while. No. Shouldn't take that long to find verse 2. Theoretically, it could be any battle. Realistically, it should take less than half an hour. That could have been verse 2. We got a lot of verse 3s this weekend, I gotta say. There has not been any more. Honestly, I think we got more verse 3s than every other verse combined this weekend. To such a degree, I think our verse 3 finally caught up with verse 1. Let me go double check. Because verse 1 was our highest by a decent margin. And I'm pretty sure verse 3 is caught up. Yeah, it's only one off of catching up. This was a much larger gap earlier, and now they are basically tied. 1 and 3. No, we're still on 2 deficiency. Hello, Bill Warhammer, welcome. I already said hello to you, though. You just want a second hello. Megavore, he exists, I swear. How about this? We'll also give out a code if it happens first, if we actually see a Megavore. Rumor is there's a Megavore that exists in Blackhawk that occasionally appears when you have 100 shards. I would never know because it seems to never want to appear for when I do Blackhawk. It always does Sycorax or something else. Or actually, is there even something else? I think it's just the 2. Verse 2 is what you're missing. Yeah, I really wish there was a way to get the other ones. I was mentioning on Friday, like if we could have some kind of way to use a lot of diamonds. Like a ridiculously high amount to the point where you wouldn't craft them all, but enough where if you're just missing the one, you would do it. Like something like 1,000 diamonds and 50,000 souls or something like that for one single verse. Not a whole palooza, but just a single verse. That way, if you were just like a little bit short, you could still do it that way. Because that would be expensive enough where you wouldn't be able to just spam the entire palooza off of it. But cheap enough where if you just needed one, you would do it. Unless you still need a lot of stuff within the game. But later in the game, you would end up doing it. I don't know, they need some kind of method for it. But I don't think converting them into each other is the way to do it. I think just being able to get the ones that you're missing would be the best way to do it. Kind of like when they sell them, but for a way to do it without money. And they don't even sell it every single weekend either. Like this weekend is, even with money, it's literally impossible to get more. If you just don't have enough, you have to grind or just not have it. Not even money can bypass it. But there's no way that you could do it with in-game currency either. Only grinding does it. You got a verse 2, but you're hunting for 1. 1 has so far always been our highest, and 4 for the longest time was our lowest, but now it's 2 is our lowest. The problem of converting is the way that they have the game set up. They would have to make way too many different arrays for how they would end up doing it. Unless they set it up like how they set up the relics for Puzzle Quest 3, where it can recognize random resources. However, there's currently nothing set up for Gems of War that has the capability to recognize a random resource. They implemented such a mechanic in Puzzle Quest 3, however, Gems of War has 0 instances of it. That's a pretty sizable amount, John. Nice. With 4 being the lowest. Yeah, that was my issue for the longest time. Verse 2, where are you? I know you're out there. Just doesn't want to drop. Also, my sleep schedule has been so weird this weekend, by the way. Definitely need to fix that going into next week. I'm not even sure what offset it so much. Also, there's verse 1. But my sleep schedule this week has been horrifically bad. If I ever seem tired the last few days. I definitely feel tired right now. Well, we're getting a lot of verses. The problem is we're not getting the verses that we need. We pretty much got 2 verse 1s in a row. Or is that literally in a row? We got a double 1. So we almost got a level. Could you explain what boost ratios are again? Well, it's different per troop, but boost ratio just ends up increasing something onto the troop based on how many of the condition. It depends which condition we're referring to, because different ones do different things. Like this one has boost ratio based on gold. So basically for every 3 gold, it will do 1 additional damage. But every single troop does something different with boost ratio. But basically it's whatever the condition is in question relative to the ratio that it does. Let's see if there's another one. This one deals damage to an enemy boosted by gold, and it's 1-to-1. So basically for every gold you have, it will do 1 additional damage. Oh wait, was it by you selling gold or gold stolen? Or regardless, whatever the value was, it would do it based on 1 per the thing there. And there's this guy that does it based on treasure maps. It has a 4 times. So for every treasure map, it'll end up creating 4 additional skulls. Every treasure map that it has. Or that the team has. But you just take whatever the ratio is, and that's what it increases by based on the condition. There's a lot of different things that can be boost ratioed, though. And many different conditions. Like, this one's based on, oh no, never mind, that one's not based on anything. It doesn't have any boost ratio. For a second, I thought it got boost ratioed from how many it removed. It does not. I always thought it did have a boost ratio. Apparently it doesn't. Most things that have a remove or destroy of it, something on the board does have boost ratio, though. Not all of them, though. You just got a verse 2. Does that count for a code? Only if you give it to me somehow. If you can find a way to give me that verse 2, then yes. If you can somehow manifest that verse 2 into our own game, then we will hand out a code for that. Look at that broken text. Gems of War glitch language. Attack specific only to Gems of War when it's glitching out like crazy. I'm curious how on earth they have the text coded, if it can even break that hard. I've never seen text in any game other than Gems of War get that broken. And they coded it in Unity, so not sure exactly what's up with that. Also, I've still been curious if I did want to use Unity or not. I'm probably sticking to Game Maker Studio 2. But I have been considering maybe getting into Unity. I feel like doing Unity would make more sense if you're looking to get a job in game dev. But since I'm just doing solo stuff, I don't really think it will matter for the most part. Hey, we got a level. I'll take blue. Good old blue. Come on, give us verse 2. Even the level beat us. Hey, we should be seeing our first Megavore chance soon. How many shards are we at? Oh, we're getting there. Let's move it so slowly. We're getting there. It's like one of the slowest rates you could possibly get for gaining shards. Not because that team is slow, but because the rate at which we get shards is like an average of 4 per battle or per cycle. Realistically, it's like 1 per battle. Not even. Which means we have to go through upwards of 100 battles to actually cycle through a mythic. Which makes them very rare. a 3-mar should be able to reach the Mythic. I want to see if we can finally see a Megavore. We have not seen a single Megavore this entire weekend, by the way. Unless I missed it, but I'm pretty sure we have seen 0 Megavores. And all the grinding we've done this weekend. Not all of it was here, though. Some of it we did in Cinema Mirage. I don't think we did any in Wild Plains this weekend, though. But out of all the grinding, not a single Megavore. Such an elusive beast. Oh, technically a merfolk, it's not actually a beast. I think it's beast monster. I mean, not beast monster, I mean merfolk monster, I mean. You got 1,639 vault keys and 167 epic vault keys. That is a lot of grind. How long did you spend to do that? I'm curious, what is the exact time breakdown of that? 40 hours? 50? That has to be over 40. But do you recall? Because I'm very curious how long that takes. That is a lot of resources. Very hefty amounts. And now you're the highest level in the guild, I'm pretty sure, aren't you? Oh yeah, I could never farm that much. Even on the broken weekend, we only got to 1,000. And that was when it was super broken, where we're pretty much just perpetually running Paloozas. Yeah, that's only from this weekend. You can tell by her level. She was around our level like a week ago. This is her level now. If we go check it real quick. So Isabel passed our level like about a week ago or so. And she is now currently level 1,706. Which means this weekend she has gained approximately 30 levels. If not more, in just this weekend. 30 levels in a weekend. To put that into perspective, our previous highest too, that ended up passing us, she passed by like 30 as well. Or sorry, 21. Or sorry, 19. Numbers, math. Yeah, that's also, you can tell by 15,000 trophies. That's a lot of trophies, gosh. Here you go, Isabel. Not like you need even more loot, but here, have more loot. Have more loot for the pile. That's a lot of trophies. Gosh, where are we on leaderboard from that? Would that just like solo move our entire thing upwards? It's closing the gap slightly. We have like a 200,000 gap over below us. So we're definitely not going to drop anytime soon. I'm just not sure when we're going to rise up. But as long as we show right over here. I don't want to fall below 25. But no, we have a sizable margin now. We have a 200,000 gap. Also, I love that background that we have for the thing now. I love that shop background thingy. You don't get to see it too often. And now we could finally set it to our guild. You need 7 million trophies to set it, though. It's one of my favorite backgrounds in the game. Anyways, let's go see if we can find Megavore. We'll hand out a code if we get Megavore. Otherwise, we're waiting to that first verse, too. The two things that are extremely elusive that never want to happen. Though the Megavore one's not as important. That's still funny. Let's see. Megavore? Hey! We did get Megavore. Okay, we'll hand out a code. They do exist. So the reason why this battle is relevant is it dies immediately. It is the only mythic, I believe, in the entire game. Where the kingdom is one place where you can one-shot with 20, where the mythic is also something that you can one-shot with 20. But there we go. It does exist. Anyways, let me go hand out a code. But that's one of the reasons why Blackrock is theoretically the best place to farm it. Because once every, like, half an hour when you find a mythic, it can be Megavore. And if it is Megavore, it saves you a few seconds. Which, obviously, not that big of a time save, but it's more than nothing. Okay, let me grab the final code. Though we still have plenty more. I just need to go get the batch from Kafka. Actually, I should probably go do that now before I forget. Let me go do that as soon as I hand out you guys the code. Because I know for sure if I don't do it now, it'll be tomorrow night's stream and I will have completely forgot to do it. And what I will do is accidentally hand out one of the big codes instead of the proper codes. Because I'll be like, oh yeah, we still have codes here. And then I'll use it and it's like, whoops, that's a big code. I forgot. That's exactly what's going to happen if I don't put the codes there right now. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsaward.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Copy paste the random numbers and letters start with EG. And give same word as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls to the 500 gold. Definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And there you guys go. Anyways, where were we? Let's go and copy all those codes from Kafka. Figure out where on earth Kafka is. So I got these codes from Kafka on the 9th of this month. And we haven't touched a single one of them yet. That is how old these codes are. I can't quite tell how many these are. It looks like 30, not 40. 30 is still a good amount, though. Alright, let me go put this into our code section. Code section. Also, let me go put this not on my copy-paste, because I know for sure if it is, I will accidentally paste it somewhere where I shouldn't. And there we go. Alright, now when we go check it tomorrow, we got like 30 or 40 codes sitting there. Save changes? Yeah, save. Wait, what's it doing? No, I want to click save, not save as. Save, there we go. Okay, it has been done. And now tomorrow night we're going to be good to go. Anyways, well, let's keep going now. Let's see if we could find this verse 2 gnome. I want to get at least one Palooza in. Come on, verse 2. Because I don't want to eat too much further than we already have. Because we already ate slightly under 10. And I'd rather us try to stay as close to 10 as possible, if not exactly 10. Just have some amount of reserve. So if we end this event on 9, I wouldn't matter as much. So I don't want to go down to 8. So we need this verse 2 before we can throw a Palooza. At this point, I think this stream is going to be hunt until we find verse 2, and then throw a Palooza, and then we'll probably call it a night. However, that could still take like 2 hours. With enough bad luck. That could still be till midnight. We just need enough consecutive bad luck. With enough bad luck, anything's possible. Realistically, we should be finding 1 to 2 of her per hour. That doesn't mean we're actually going to find 1 to 2 of her per hour. Theoretically, even up to 3, potentially. Like, we already found 3 verse 3s this hour. I believe 2 verse 1s. But no verse 2s. Of course, we haven't been farming the whole time, though. We were doing Guild Wars and a few other things. There's verse 4. Well, verse 2 is quite literally the only one we have not found yet. It's out there somewheres. Hopefully we found a cluster of gnomes right here, and there's a 2 with it. Nope. She kind of looks like the gnome. Can you drop verse 2 instead? I know, the black screen of death. The lag screen. Yeah, no problem, Bernice. Yeah, I like the stream for every single code that's handed out. That means we gotta hand out a 3rd code then. Because if anyone double liked the stream, that unliked the stream. We have to hand out a 3rd one. No, we're not. We handed out 2 2s. If we didn't hand out 1 last night, we might do a 3rd tonight, but We had that 2 last night, 2 tonight. Gotta hold off a little bit. The main reason I did 2 and 2 is because I wanted to finish out this batch of codes. Because this batch was still from like July. The one that we just finished like literally now. This batch was, actually I can get you the exact date when we initially got this batch. This batch was from July 8th. So almost 4th of July basically. July 8th was when was from the batch of the code we just finished. That's how long ago it was. Ah, another gnome. Wrong one though. Another verse, not a 2. So you're missing 30 mythics. Oh, so hello, David. Should you keep using key or should you start saving for the new mythics? Probably start saving for new mythics. I forget exactly how many mythics is halfway at this point, but around halfway point, you generally just want to start going for every new mythic, regardless how viable it is. Though this next one actually is pretty viable, coming out this Friday. Oh, there's verse 1. Everything except verse 2. But yeah, generally when you get close to half of all the mythics, I'm pretty sure that's close to half, you'll want to prioritize all the newer ones, and then get the older ones with diamonds and event keys. You reach a point where it's not viable to randomly try in gem keys or VIP keys anymore. For new mythics you can, but for older ones, there becomes a point where you have so many where the chance is just too high to get a repeat useless copy, rather than getting one that you don't own. So you normally want to prioritize your resources to areas that will get you ones where you will guarantee get something new. Because it's better to get a new mythic that is useless than a repeat of a mythic you already have. Which is why it's worth, once you have about half or so, even a little bit earlier than that, you can start saving keys. And then start getting every new mythic as they come out every month. Because you use your Glory Gem Guild and VIP keys towards that. You save your event keys for getting those mythics. Ideally the kingdoms that you're missing 2 from. Or, you know, the ones that you have 0 in. And then use diamonds to focus them down the better ones. And go about it that way. But yeah, the last 2 dozen or so, particularly the last dozen, they tend to be the hardest ones to get most of the time. Just because you have to get almost all of them basically from event keys and diamonds, which can take a while. Because diamonds is like, what, 1 mythic every 2 or 3 months or so? And event keys is theoretically, depending on how many event keys you get, is a mythic about every month or 2. However, the problem with that is those can still be repeat. Because in a kingdom of 2 and you have 1 of those mythics, it is still possible that half the time you will get a repeat of it. Rather than the one you need. That's going to be even more annoying for 3 mythic kingdoms. I don't think there's a 3 mythic kingdom yet, is there? A 3 mythic kingdom where all 3 of them are in drop table? I don't think there is. There are 3 mythic kingdoms, but I don't think there's a 3 mythic kingdom where all 3 are in drop table, because I believe Karakrov's a 3 mythic kingdom, but Zugov isn't in drop table. I believe Urskia is too, but Enraged Karandar isn't in drop table. I can't remember. Is there actually a 3 mythic kingdom that all 3 are actually in drop table? I don't think there is, unless I'm forgetting one. Please give us verse 2. We do need verse 4, but not as badly as we need verse 2. 100 more battles, and you have Tidecrawler to level 100. Nice. Yeah, Frost Mage is normally used instead, but there are some instances where Tidecrawler does get used. You're almost at 1,000 keys. Nice, congrats. You still have 30 Nomapaloozas. Very nice. That's a lot of resources. I'm curious to see what our totals are going to be after this. After we do our final Palooza of the weekend. Which I'll do whenever we finally get verse 2. Apparently we might be here a while, because it is giving us every single verse at least like 2 times over, if not more. But no 2s. We're sitting at like 20 Not enough. 20 and 15, I believe. With the not enough being 9 for 2s. Yeah, you eventually reach a point in the game where you stop ever throwing keys randomly, and you deliberately use keys at specific points. Gold keys you save for when new kingdoms release, which hasn't happened for 2 years, so a little over 2 years. However, they are likely going to be happening again soon. So if you haven't already been saving gold keys, now is a good time to start, because we are getting another kingdom very soon, TM. But yeah, if you haven't been saving gold keys, now would be a great time to go do that. Glory Gem Guild and VIP keys you save entirely for new mythics, like the one coming out this Friday. That'll be available for that week in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest drop table. And event keys you save to target down the mythics of locations that you want to get the mythics from. Next week is Groshnock, which is notorious for having the worst mythics in the entire game. It pretty much has every worst mythic all in one single location. It's pretty funny. The kingdom in general really needs a revamp. I'd probably say it's one of the weakest kingdoms in the entire game overall. There's almost no good troop in the entirety of the location. And it had gotten a rework in the past, but that rework didn't make it any better. Also, please give us verse 2. At least it's verse 4, so it's kind of even them out a bit, but we have gotten none. At this point, we're going to have like 20 all except for 2 at this point. It just refuses to give it to us. I want to do a Palooza. We're not stopping till we get verse 2. If it takes us 5 hours to get verse 2, I will grind for 5 hours. No, it shouldn't take that long, though. Realistically, we'll get it in the next half an hour. Though not at this rate. We're still getting plenty of verses, though. Like, in the last hour, we've gotten, like, almost a dozen verses. Yet 0 of them have been verse 2. Somehow. Not sure how, but somehow. Perfectly balanced RNG. Hello, midnight stream. No, I don't think we're going that long. I don't even think I'm awake enough to do that. But then again, I might be staying up to go record the video, so we'll see. But I also want to make my sleep schedule go back to normal. I guess we won't be doing that tonight. I guess this will be the last night with weird sleep. Mondays normally do that, though. Just because resets at such an absurdly annoying time. You're gonna do a Palooza? Nice, good luck. Hopefully you'll get all the epic Volkeys. We got 5 epic Volkeys on our most recent Palooza. We got really an absurd luck on it. Hopefully we'll get lucky on the next one as well. Hopefully we get at least one, so we get a nice solid 20 plus epic Volkeys. The goal is ideally to hit like 200 Volkeys total. Be happy with those numbers. Alright, we might need to restart the game soon. Our lag spikes are too strong. Let's see if we found a gnome cluster first, though. We found a gnome. You got 1 epic and 2 normal Volkeys? Nice. Yeah, the best we got this weekend was a double epic Volkey. I don't think there was a Volkey, but it might have been, though. It was either double epic Volkey or double epic Volkey with a normal Volkey. Can't remember which. All I remember was the double Volkey. The double Volkey was too distracting for me to notice anything else. Okay, let's go restart. Restart. Launch gems. Loading, loading, loading. Loading, loading. Loading. Loading, loading. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Let's go check our mail. Grab that. Let's see. What do we want here? Claim all. Okay. Don't need anything else there. Let's go back to trying to find this verse 2 gnome. Yeah, there's a big section of area in the trophy leaderboard. There's like a big cluster of people within like 1 million of each other. It's kind of funny because it goes like super high in one end and then like super low on the other end. And then there's just like a giant cluster of like a few dozen guilds within a million trophies of each other. Does anyone still keep track of the trophy rate of every guild per week? I know that used to be kept track for the longest of times. Does anyone still do that? Did you see your comment about Suncrest? Yes, I saw your comment about Suncrest. It has 3 mythics. I forgot about that one really useless troop. The Zelopachli. The very useless Zelopachli. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Terrence Road might still have it tracked somewhere. Oh, also, as far as midday streams this week, we're probably going to be doing Pirate Outlaws this Tuesday, which if you like Slay the Spire, it's basically Slay the Spire with pirates. I should have done this a few weeks ago. I was aware of this game as well. It's been out for a little while now. Like 2 years, I think. We'll be playing the mobile version. I might even start the mobile version from scratch just to show what the new player experience is like. It's only $1, so it's pretty cheap. And to have all unique things, I think it's only like $10. Because it is microtransactions still. But for $10, you pretty much have the full experience. As long as you don't mind the grinds. It's a game with a really high replay value, though. Not so high that we'll be playing it like a huge amount, but figured we'd give it a shot. It's a pretty fun concept. It's basically like Slay the Spire if you wanted to grind your game for the fun of it. Like, it's the gameplay of Slay the Spire, but with the satisfaction of grinding. And it has pirates. Lots of pirates. Everything's a pirate, pretty much. It's kind of the premise of the game. And then on Wednesday, we'll probably do Pokemon Unite, because that's getting a new character. And Thursday, I have no clue. Might be doing nothing on Thursday, we'll see. Have yet to decide. Who knows? Maybe we'll be doing Puzzle Quest 3 this Wednesday. Ha 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 ha. Like they're gonna do an update tomorrow or on Tuesday. Who's Pokemon Unite getting? Mammoth Swine? Whatever the mammoth is called. The Pokemon version of a mammoth is coming. I can't remember its name. I'm pretty sure it's Mammoth Swine or something. That seems somewhat correct, I think. Basically, we're getting a mammoth. I think it's a tank character, but it might be an attacker. I hope it's a tank. It's my favorite role. There's another ice one, too, so it might have slowing abilities like Ninetales does. Or I should say Alolan Ninetales. I still find that funny, because I'll normally think Ninetales is like, oh yeah, fire Pokemon. And it's like, oh yeah, they had that one weird version where they had a bunch of different variants, and now it's ice. Yeah, Mamoswine's the one I was thinking of, yeah. Oh wait, actually there's 3 evolutions? I thought it was this one. Interesting. So it's probably going to evolve across the course of the battle then. If it has 3. Which is honestly a pretty interesting angle to Pokemon Unite. Also, please give me a thing already. Is that you actually like have your character like evolving as it goes forward. Because most MOBAs where you just pick a character doesn't have a mechanic like that, because it wouldn't really make much sense. But for Pokemon, it does make a lot of sense. Is the Pokemon thing a free character? The new one that's coming out? No, it's not free. You can get it with in-game currency, though. So in that regard, it can be free. Their average character, I believe, is around like $6 or grinding the game for like 3 weeks. Just doing the daily system when I say grinding, though. Because if you did the daily system every day for 3 weeks, you would get the Pokemon. And they haven't been adding Pokemon at a quicker rate than that, so it would actually get every single one. Their daily system's not that bad. It's like 30 minutes normally to do the whole daily system. It's not that bad at all. Unless you lose a lot, in which case it could take an hour. But if you have around the 66% win rate or so, which we have been dropping a bit, I believe we're at like 61% win rate. But if you have around the 66% win rate, the daily system takes 30 minutes or less, depending on queue times. And assuming you win 2 of those battles. Which isn't that bad. Do they add power creep with new characters? Some of them have been somewhat decent. Though when they were, they kind of were a rebalance. The issue that they have with new characters isn't necessarily that they're trying to power creep with them, but that they have trouble balancing it, or maybe that's deliberate to make sure it's super strong. Like Blastoise was like a little broken because there was a glitch with one of his moves that made him way stronger than he should have been. And then once he got fixed, like barely anyone was using him anymore. But basically there was a glitch that made him power creep, but then they fixed the glitch and then it made it normal. So I don't think they're intending to make the new characters power creep, but sometimes it unintentionally happens. Because almost no one runs Blastoise now. Although the build I used to run on Blastoise actually didn't get nerfed. It was this spinny thingy that got nerfed. The build I normally ran on him actually didn't get touched. Let's see, let's throw that down. Yes, we'll definitely bring elhay on stream for Wednesday. Assuming Puzzle Quest 3 isn't getting a update on Tuesday. Because otherwise we might be doing Puzzle Quest 3 that day. I don't remember to do Puzzle Quest 3 on Thursday. If that happens. Or who knows, maybe we'll just do Puzzle Quest 3 in general on Thursday even if it doesn't get an update. We haven't done a Puzzle Quest 3 stream in a while. I'm not sure how much interest there would be though if there wasn't anything to go over, if we were just grinding normally. Because it is still in beta. We'll have like a normal weekly stream for it once it's out of beta. I don't really see much of a point in doing it prior. Nice! It finally happened! We can go do a Palooza finally. Wow, that took way too long. Just in case there's more in a cluster, let me go see. Can we get a Megavore on top of that? Could you imagine? No, we didn't. Of course we didn't. Why would we? Okay, let's go and do that Nova Palooza now. We got the Mythic out of the way at perfect timing too to go do a Palooza. Perfect timing. Did you get the name of the Gems of War forum? The one that mispronounces? Or how did I get it? Oh, Salty gave it to us. A while ago. However, you can get any of the titles by contacting... I have no clue who these days. There's someone who used to be able to contact for it. I think Kafka might do it now. I have no clue. Who's in charge of that? But they can give you custom titles on the forum. But I believe they have to do it manually. And you have to request for it. Specifically what you want. That one I did not request for. She just changed it. But we did have a previous one at one point that we requested for. And then she changes that and I never bothered changing it back. But I forget how you have to ask on the forum for it these days. But you can get a custom title on the forum. I'm pretty sure it's Kafka, though I have no clue who you would have to ask these days, since Salty obviously doesn't do it anymore. Anyways. So let's go do a Palooza. Before we do, let's just restart the game just because, just in case it's going to be laggy. Why is it not loading? There it goes. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. So let's go do this Palooza, and I think we will end it there once we finish that Palooza. So any other questions, let me know. Oh, we're still going to be here for like another 20 minutes. Okay, let's go do it. The final Palooza. We got what we came here for. Good old Palooza. Oh, wait. I know I set to the correct team. Before I click the button. Let's do one last thing. And make sure this is set. And make sure this is set. Okay. It has all been set. Let's go do it. Get this out of the way so it doesn't bother me. Though we never actually see it. Get that. And get to 30 pity. Alright, the moment of truth. The final one. Still got a pet active too. We already did it, right? Yeah, okay. I was like, we still need more copies, but we already did it. Alright, let's go do it. The final Palooza for the weekend. I think we did 8 Paloozas total after this Palooza, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let's see how we do. And then we'll get our final totals all tallied up. Hopefully we get a verse 2 during this too, because that'll put us right back at 10. Which is pretty much put us right where we started if we can end up getting it. Which would be kind of convenient. Chance of it happening is low, though apparently chance of it happening outside the event is also pretty low. Because gosh, they never want to drop. Are we going to set a countdown timer on the other computer for what? I'm not sure what you're referring to. For what Puzzle Quest 3's release? I really hope we get a date for that soon. I'm glad we finally got one for Darkest Dungeon. But out of like games I'm anticipating release for, that's like the one that doesn't have a release now. Out of all the ones I'm really hyped for in the near future. Hey, Epic Volkey already, nice. Well, theoretically, Sims 5 as well. I'm really curious to see what on earth happens with Sims 5. There's a lot of rumors that it's going to be really online heavy. And for whatever reason, I feel like it's going to be Animal Crossing combined with Sims. To have the comeback ability of Animal Crossing that keeps getting supported rather than completely dropped after a year. While also being monetized like crazy because it's EA. While also being like a live service Sims, basically. But done properly. I think they have done like a few side projects that were kind of like live service Sims, but they were always like mobile only kind of things. And they weren't like a mainline game. I haven't played The Sims since Sims 3. Though I do have to say, Sims 2, the shopping thing, where you could like make your own business, was probably the most perfected they ever made that mechanic, which is kind of funny because it's basically the first time they made the mechanic. And they made it so flawless the first time. But for whatever reason, Sims 3 and Sims 4 does it so horribly in comparison to Sims 2. Which I do not understand to this day. How they were able to nail it pretty much perfectly the first time they ever made it. And then every version since then has been worse than the initial one. Which makes no sense. Like, that's one thing I always like doing with it. Make your own little business and put like literally all of your Sims dollars into the business. And then have them make literally all their money off that business. It's a lot of fun. And then see them go bankrupt. That's one thing I really wish Sims would do better. It is so hard to actually go bankrupt in Sims. Like, there's no way to really lose. And I wish there was. Other than dying to random fires, though in the more recent games make that a lot less likely to occur. Because the main issue I have with The Sims is I'm not a huge fan of sandbox games, and generally they're a little bit too sandboxy. Also, why did I not cast that? But there are some mechanics in the games I've really liked over the years. But I haven't played Sims 4 a single time yet. Never bothered. Yeah, the Snowmapalooza's been going pretty good so far. I haven't been looking at all of it because I've been trying to look over our chat some, but I think we've gotten like 2 epic vault keys already. Among whatever other loot we've gotten. No verse gnomes though. Hoping we get at least 1 verse 2 in here. Because that'd be really nice if we reset all the way back to 10. You got 4 epics and another Cindy? Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Another verse 2 into a bunch of epic vault keys. That it would be ideal. That is the aim. If we're gonna get is another question though. We're doing okay on vault keys though. Just no verse 2s. Or any verses for that matter. The drop rate of course is way lower during a Palooza, but still. They do exist. It's also theoretically still possible to get an entire verse with, or entire Palooza within your Palooza. The chance of it happening is absurdly low though. But there's nothing stopping the game from doing it. We've gotten 3 many times. We've never gotten 4 though. So who knows, maybe they do have a hard limit on it. I'm pretty sure just is the luck of the draw though. Since mostly will get 0. We should still have about 7 minutes left of this, I think. But yeah, I need to start setting up a timer next time around. Next Snowmapalooza, I think we're going to need to bring out our timer tool. Oh yeah, that's what Bill was referring to earlier. Oh yeah, you even mentioned in chat, you had timer for the Palooza. But yeah, we learned about that the other day. I'm not sure how many people already knew about it. I'm pretty sure some decent amount. I never knew about it personally though. But if you end a Palooza, if you start a battle while Palooza is active and you end the battle when the Palooza has ended, you still get 4 gnomes, but you get the full amount of loot for those 4 gnomes. So if you time up a timer so that you can get exactly, so you start the battle during Palooza and then end the battle when it's not Palooza, you will gain the full amount of loot for that one exact battle. Though your chance of finding verse gnome is still reduced. But the loot that you get from the 4 gnomes is the full amount. It's just really hard to align because the battle takes like, what, 3 seconds? 3 to 5 second window for it to align. But if you knew the exact timing, you could align it manually. And even waste a few seconds for it just for the extra loot. Because wasting a few seconds to get the full loot from all 4 is kind of worth it. You can only do it once per Palooza, though. If you even get it per Palooza. Because you would have to get the timing. Oh, it is possible to get it randomly, just from pure luck. Oh, those mythic ingots, why do they exist? They're pretending to be epic Valkies, and they never are. Catch you later, John. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we'll be going to calling a night soon, too. As soon as we finish this out. And then we'll have the video up as soon as we can tomorrow. Going over all of the weekly event stuff. Pretty good week, too. Mostly just Friday, though. Most exciting thing this week's definitely in the Mythic. We're getting a new weapon, too, though the Mythic's definitely more relevant. Actually, we have more going on Friday than Monday this week. We are getting the star if you bought the bigger pass on Monday this week, though. But all it really is like a random magic buff. You might as well just use some Melody at that point in most situations. I don't personally feel like any of the Terra cards are worth using. They might have some kind of viability in the future, though, given that they're a solo color with only 6 mana cost while still having a good ability. Oh, a double Valky, nice. Another Valky. Great to see. Oh no, lag is starting to start. That's not good. Come on, show us the loot. This Palooza seems like it's coming down to the last few minutes. I wish there was a timer that showed in game that would tell us. That was actually on a screen where you do the Paloozas. Because we have to go all the way out to main menu just to see it, which would waste like a whole battle worth of time. Maybe even 2 battles worth of time. Come on, lag screen. You're almost there. There we go. What color is the upcoming Tower of Doom? Is it blue? I didn't actually check yet. But yeah, I would assume whatever color is being said is correct. Because we know way in advance what the color is. We've known for pretty much since the start of this season what the color is for it. We just don't normally mention it yet because it's not really relevant until it gets closer. Yeah, I assume blue is correct. I haven't checked it. And we can't during a Palooza. When is the next Vault event? We currently don't have a date for it, though November 5th seems pretty likely. The day after my birthday. Though no official date. We need next patch to hit before we'll know the official date. But once the next patch hits, we'll know the exact date of Nomapalooza. I mean, Vault event. Well, Nomapalooza, Vault event, same difference. They're basically the same thing. Oh yeah, I wonder if we're gonna have spooky towers for this Tower of Doom. Because this Tower of Doom is near enough to Halloween that they might bring the spooky towers back. Who knows, maybe we'll even be able to get spooky tower as a troop. We got Leonis Tower. It's not unprecedented now that we could get tower troops. Maybe they'll start handing out all the towers. I don't think we will. I don't think it's in the data files yet. Of us actually getting them. But you never know. They handed us one tower, we could start getting a bunch of them. Because they have like 4 different seasonal towers that come around like once a year. That'd make for interesting troop cards. Christmas has one, Halloween has one, Easter has one, and oddly enough, I think St. Patrick's Day got one? I can't remember. There's like one other thing that got one, and I can't remember what it was. But I know for sure Easter, Christmas, and Halloween all got a tower. You can't own the tower, though, similar to all the other towers. You never know, they might make it ownable at some point. It would definitely make for an interesting seasonal thing to hand out, if nothing else. Another thing that they could try to monetize. By throwing a bunch of gems at her or something. Hopefully not money locked specifically. Kind of like how the seasonal imps are. But for the seasonal towers, there's no confirmation that we're actually going to be getting them, though. I kind of hope we would, though. So I'm surprised this Nomapalooza is still going. Oh, double Volkey, nice. Great to see. Think the new patch will drop week 9? It's possible. Though there is a chance it won't happen before the end of the season. Because mid-October seems the most likely dates, and that would be the final week of the event. That or in the in-between when it's Tower of Doom. Because Tower of Doom starts on, what, the 18th, someone said? Which seems like a really likely week to have the patch, like on the 19th or something. It seems like an exceedingly likely date. Like, if it's not happening during the season, it's happening exactly on the 19th. I'm calling it now. If it does not happen during this exact season, it'll be on the 19th, the update. Though if it does happen this season, there's no really telling when it could be. Though it could be 2 Tuesdays from now. Not this week's Tuesday, but next week's Tuesday. That's the other most likely time. Either 2 Tuesdays from now, not this week, but next week. Or the 19th. Those are the 2 most likely dates for the next thing. Oh, did we get the full loot from that? Hey, I think we did it unintentionally without even timing it. Did we? Oh no, it went too quick. Let me bring it back. I did get the full loot. It didn't really matter, though, because the only thing we really got was a little bit of extra souls. Because the Jewel Gnome already gives the full loot. The gold is basically nothing, and we got a little bit extra shards, which is also basically nothing. So we didn't really get much from it. But yeah, we did get the full loot there, unintentionally. Okay, let's go do the final count. Oh, only 29 pity? How close are we to the other one? Not worth it. There's no way we're going to farm 29 manually without a Palooza. And a Palooza's going to overkill it. Okay, let's go do our final count and see where we ended on this Vault event. So, we started with... Well, first things first. Well, 141, 322. 141... let's see, 322 and 141. So that is 162 vault keys. Oops, wrong field. 162. And the other one was... What was it again? Short-term memory. 141. Okay, so I was right. We did get exactly at 20. That was the goal for that one. And the goal was to get over 200 keys, and that is indeed over 200 keys. In total, that is math. 49, 51, 100, or 211. We got 211 keys. Okay, nice. Of which 191 of them was vault keys, and 20 of them was epic vault keys. For 221 total. There we go. And as far as our current numbers, as far as our horde, we have 1,484 vault keys and 161 epic vault keys, which are absurd numbers that hopefully will never get nerfed. My keys. Oh wait, we actually have 29 more than that. I forgot we didn't claim the thing. So that brings our totals now to 1,513 vault keys total, not counting everything, not just this weekend, and 161 epic vault keys. That is a lot of keys. And Isabel did more than that just this weekend. And you got 904 Volkeys and 83 Epic Volkeys this weekend. Nice. Yeah, some people really go all out. I think we did, what, 10 hours? I want to say 10 hours. That's generally how long we do Vault event normally on an average Vault event weekend. But I'm pretty sure we did 7 Paloozas and 10 hours of grinding is around what we did, approximately. Which sounds about right. We got really unlucky on verse 2s, but we actually gained more in the other verses than what we had going in. Though we lost on verse 2s. We had 11 verse 2s and now we're at 11. However, these numbers were lower before and now they're higher. But yeah, now we have a very big verse 2 deficiency. And we're probably never running out of verse 1. But verse 2, every verse 2 we get for the foreseeable future is just a Palooza now. Every single verse 2 is just a Palooza. Anytime we see that red, it might as well just be a Palooza scroll thingy. Let's see. Is there a new tarot card this week? Yes and no. If you bought the bigger pass, yes. Otherwise, no. Normal pass gets it 2 weeks from now. That's not too big a deal because there's probably not even anything you can craft it for until 2 weeks from now anyways. But, yeah, the bigger pass gets it tomorrow, though it's not that big a deal. It's a pretty irrelevant thing. We might go over it just to mess around with it, but it's basically just a random magic buff. It's nothing too special. It just gives magic to a random ally. Has that extra percent chance, like to sun, based on yellow. And has the standard tarot card traits that every tarot card has. Specifically the good tarot. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be messing around with the Chapter 8 tasks, as well as messing around with the troop we just showed there, the sun. I mean, not the sun, I mean the star. There's nothing we could craft it with yet, but probably at the end of the season we'll have something special we could craft it for. But we'll use it for its little bit of magic buff, see if we can do anything out of it. Though, of course, the more interesting thing will be the Mythic the following week. That will be able to mess around with a lot more than the tarot card, since the tarot cards are pretty underwhelming for the most part. But they're still used to craft other stuff. But we have that. We'll do all the chapter tasks, and we'll have the event video up sometime tomorrow, going over all the teams for the week and all the normal infos that we always do every single Monday. Hopefully we'll be able to get that up nice and early. Just need to go drink a bunch of caffeine and we should be good to go. But anyways, guys, thank you as always for watching. Greatly appreciated. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Don't forget, save your keys for this Friday, as pretty good Mythics coming out. So definitely a good priority to try to save your keys for that and try to get it. As it's the first instance of Uber Doom Skulls being added to the game as far as something that could spam it. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Also, if you somehow don't have the achievement yet for Uber Doom Skulls, because there hasn't been as many opportunities to get it lately, getting this Mythic will pretty much automatically give you the achievement. I think you have to hit, like, what, how many Doom Skulls? It's like a really small amount. You have to do 50 Uber Doom Skulls. 2 for Cass will basically give you that, maybe 3. Like, you use her for, like, 5 minutes, you will get this achievement if you don't already. I feel like a lot of people are missing it just because of how weird the instances of where it has been available have been. But you would get that Mythic, you will have it within, like, literally minutes if you don't already. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching as always. Catch you guys later.